You know what that music means, Josh, right? You know what that means?
What does it mean?
It means it's December!
That's right.
It's December, and it's time for our horror movie love to branch out into Christmas.
And this is Family of Fear podcast on our
Thanks.
4th episode.
Yeah, just in case you didn't look at the YouTube channel or the YouTube video that you are listening to at the moment, this is the Family of Fear podcast.
Alright. This is a rough start. Alright, I'm Josh. The guy who's laughing is Jaren, and our Asian friend is Chok. Let's get started. Alright. So it's my understanding that we're reviewing 2 movies today, right?
Yes, and they're both Christmas horror movies.
Alright, and we watched...
Okay, hold up.
One is actually a big release.
I just want to say, I want to add some jazz back into this because I'm a little confused on how we introduced ourselves this time. Apparently, I'm the guy who's laughing, and Chok's an Asian.
Yeah, he's Chinese.
No, I'm Thai. Okay, there's a different. Okay, it's different country. You know. Are you a Jew, Josh?
We should
Jew, right? Are you a Jew?
Okay, we got 2 amazing movies that we watched for you guys, and we're going to review them now. We watched Krampus, which is Michael Daughtry's 2015 horror film about the anti-Santa Claus that has been so hyped up, so crazily advertised, and everybody's been super excited for it. And the other one we watched was Christmas Horror Story, which features William Shatner and is an anthology with multiple different stories around Christmas time, and one involving Krampus, the other involving zombie elves and some
changelings,
ghosts and some changelings. How do you say that?
Changelings. Yeah.
Some monsters and ghosts. It's pretty phenomenal. But we're going to start this off with Krampus. We're going to go from
just before you start, I'm going to tell you that Krampus actually beats The Good Dinosaur on the box office, and it's on number 2 right now with $16 million opening. That's a lot for a horror movie.
It got number 2 in box office, didn't it?
Yeah, behind The Hunger Games. Yeah, and
that's really impressive.
It beats Pixar, The Good Dinosaur, so that's really impressive for a horror comedy.
Well, The Good Dinosaur just kind of looked like a step down for Pixar, but let's not get into that.
It is.
Horror movies today.
We're talking Christmas.
Get back on track.
Okay.
I want to hear Chok's opinion on Krampus because I know he's the most intense person in this group. He's the most honest, brutally honest, besides Josh. And I don't think his opinion was very good of it, but I want to hear his opinion.
Okay. So, maybe I was expecting too much from Krampus since it's the same director as Trick or Treat. And that one was really good considering it's going straight to DVD. And this one actually have a wide release. And I think Krampus, I would recommend it for you guys to see it for the creature design, which is really inventive and really creative. But the story gets kind of slow at times, and I just really get annoyed of how all these characters keep saying everything's gonna be fine, you're gonna be alright, he's gonna come back, it's just really cliche and yeah.
I see what you're saying with the slow parts in the movie. Now, I don't about some of the cliches. I mean, there's actually a few scenes where it seems like they're deliberately stealing a whole scene from another horror movie, but I didn't look at that as a bad thing. I looked at that as an amazing thing. There is a scene that is completely identical to Pumpkinhead. It's I don't want to give away any spoilers, but a person is standing and there's Krampus claws reaching out to them. Actually, it's one of the trailers that I have on my Instagram page. You can find it, and it is shot for shot identical to a scene from a Pumpkinhead movie. What I really enjoyed about this movie is, the first time I watched it, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit underwhelmed purely because extremely extremely overhyped. Like when a horror movie has this much buzz about it and this much positive and crazy attention, and the movie's not even out yet, people was going to get a little too high expectations, and so it kind of brought me down a level when I was watching it. The creatures, the character designs, Krampus himself, everything in this film, Michael Dodgery did amazing on. Like, these things were creepy, they were cool, they were iconic. I loved it so much.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the creatures are really creative, and I like. That's not only Krampus, you know. That's all the. That's also his minions and.
Yeah, there's a, like, his Krampus and his minions, like the elves, the toys, everything in it, they just looked really good. Like, you know, demonic toys are just fun.
What do you think, Josh?
Yeah. Huh?
What do you think about the movie? Do you like it?
Yeah, did like what Jaren was talking about, the creepy, like, toys. They did some really good job on that part, but
yeah.
What I did not care for, was the fact that they tried to make it a horror comedy, but the comedy was not good enough.
I know, right?
And
yeah.
It's just kind of bugged me. Like, I mean, sometimes I laugh, but it wasn't, like, enough for it to really draw me into the whole story. But I did, like, I think this is on the trailer, was it the Jack in the Box? The really creepy one?
Oh yeah, that one was really...
Yeah, that had, like, the split mouth. I thought that was the coolest thing in the whole movie. It was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, that whole, like, the elongated body thing, oh my god, that thing was so scary. You remember there is an angel toy, not really a toy, but it's like an angel piece that you would put on, like, a tree. It is also in this, and it's one of the minions, and it's evil, and it reminded me a lot of The Bride of Chucky. That's the look it got for me.
Yeah.
I was looking and I was like, oh, that looks like The Bride of Chucky, that's kind of funny. And then you'll if you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, Josh. The comedy aspect of it, like, it seems like they forgot it was a comedy, like, or it's supposed to be a horror comedy. They sold it as a horror comedy. I mean, they have Adam Scott as the main guy, and he's not necessarily a serious actor. And so, you know, you're sitting there and you're thinking, okay, horror comedy, all right. But then it's like, it just takes, like, dark turns, which I'm completely okay with, but you can't have as many dark turns and as many, like, somber moments with little tidbits of poorly timed jokes in the mix.
Yeah.
Like it's
just... Yeah, I think they tried
come
to
on.
make it
Me and Jaren actually saw this movie together, and he was telling me right after how one, like, a really intense moment just happened, and then they made, like, a car joke or something.
It was like a joke about a hybrid, but it's like, it was literally the climax of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, like, seriously?
Yeah, I think the reason why the comedy doesn't work really well, because the whole movie is rated PG-13, you know, which it really limits itself on soft humor and the violence. That's like, I don't think I see any blood in this movie.
I will say this, Michael Daughtry made a good call making it PG-13, because I think that's a main reason why it's number 2 in the box office right now.
Yeah. But I mean, that really
with
hurt
that
the comedy
said, it takes a
well.
lot away from the actual horror aspect of any movie. Like, any movie that's gonna have crazy demonic toys, if it's rated PG-13, they can only go so far. You know, like, they're not going to be able to go crazy with it, and I mean, Krampus did push a few of the boundaries and some of the scenes that they had, but it's not like anything that you're going to be super shocked by.
But you know, most people are sensitive, so they don't want to offend people on Christmas.
Yeah, well, that's
who cares?
The problem I had with it was,
I think
like, it wasn't. I didn't think it was like. If it was R-rated, I think it could have been a lot better. But since they did it PG-13s, you know, to get a bigger audience. But the comedy just wasn't, like, funny enough to really want me to watch it again.
I think
It reminded me
yeah.
of like dysfunctional family humor of
Yes.
Christmas Vacation, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh come on, like it's like you're better than this. But I will say this, like I actually watched the movie twice, and you know the first time I watched it, I actually watched it with my family, and and you know I enjoyed it, but I was extremely underwhelmed, you know, because I expected like craziness, you know, and it like and I didn't really get as much craziness as I wanted. The second time I watched it, when I watched it with Josh, was since I was kind of more expecting, you know, I was like expecting what the movie was. Oh my gosh, I enjoyed it way more than I did the first time. I spotted a lot more cool stuff, like the soundtrack being as good as it is, and Waxwork Records actually is doing a really cool a soundtrack release for Krampus. It's on pre-order right now and have like really crazy designs for the record. Um, but you get to notice a lot more watching that kind of a movie twice, and so watching it a second time was really good for me. I got a lot more out of it.
I would see it twice, like the last 30 minutes of it, but not the whole thing again.
Yeah, there's some parts I wish I could have skipped through, but yeah, I don't know.
See, that's with a lot of movies, like, especially with Krampus, I was expecting a lot. And I guess a lot of people were expecting a whole bunch because this is so hyped. Like, you see the commercials everywhere. You see, like, ads on Instagram and Facebook. And so I was expecting a lot. And so when I went in there watching it, I was, like, disappointed when I walked out. I mean, I still enjoyed it, but...
Yeah.
It just goes to show like this has happened a lot with horror movies being super like advertised and hyped up, and it's like, or any movie to be honest, and it's like you get so excited for it and you watch it and it just kind of falls short of your expectations, which I feel like we're talking like I feel like we're kind of undermining the movie. It was a good movie. Like
Yes.
it was extremely well done. I think it's a great movie to have like the bear Krampus, the anti-Santa Claus. Like it's a great Christmas horror movie. Definitely will be a classic.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a nice touch to add the original folklore that went in with Krampus.
There's a weird scene in the movie that I'm going to talk about real quick, which is like the claymation scene where they go like old school Christmassy.
Oh yeah,
And it's
I didn't expect
and,
that at all. Yeah, that was
Oh
really
yeah, I
cool,
didn't see that coming, but the animation, like the claymation, was not that bad, and you know Michael Daughtry's he's a sucker for those little comic segments and like animated segments, like in Trick or Treat. There's like a lot of little comic cut throughs and animation explaining certain things, and so you know he's like all about that. But
Yeah,
like
I
this
heard
one
they
really
might.
took the cake because this
Yeah.
looked like it was a whole nother movie altogether, and like an animated form, and that's just like it didn't necessarily like flow well, but I mean it was still cool.
I heard that
See,
might be
I don't
in the
think it
same
really...
universe as well.
I mean, it was
Santa's
an
and
interesting,
Trick or
like,
Treat. Yeah.
addition, but I don't know if it really fit in. You know?
Yeah, actually, they could have cut that entire part out, and just had the explanation and like turned it into like maybe like a 2 minute clip instead of a 10 minute clip. Um, but it was cool nonetheless.
And it's actually like not not quite a low budget horror movie as well. The budget is $15 million.
Oh yeah,
It really
very high
show.
because
Yeah, it really
especially
show.
since with the acting class they had, like I mean Adam Scott, you know,
And the visual looks really good. You know.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna ask everybody to give a letter grade on
We
this.
do
All
that
right.
at the end, sir.
Oh, do we really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no. I
Got
mean,
that every time.
okay. How about this? A watch or not?
We
It's
can do a
basically-
letter grade now.
Let's do a letter grade now for Krampus.
Okay.
Okay.
Chok, you go first.
Okay, so besides the amazing creatures, Krampus as a horror comedy is neither scary enough or funny enough to, be a memorable horror comedy. But I would still recommend it for you to see for the creatures and, just a fun horror flick to see on Christmas, and I would give this a C plus. But I
Josh,
would
what about
recommend
you?
it. Yeah,
Oh, go ahead, Chuck. What you got to say?
I'm just saying I would recommend this movie.
Yeah, definitely. Josh, what you got to say?
I definitely. I mean, I give it a B. I said some bad things about it, but I still enjoyed the movie. I still would, still had fun watching it.
I'm gonna give it a B as well. Michael Dawtrey's a great director. I think this is a good addition
Yeah.
to the Christmas horror movies. Like there's not that many, but this is a great addition to it. Great acting, great creatures in it, great effects. Definitely go check this one out.
Okay, Jaren, I have a question. How much would you give
Yes.
Trick or Treat?
Like a letter grade?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll probably
Compared
put a
to-
B on it as well.
Trick or treat.
So you think Trick or Treat is as good as Krampus? I mean, Krampus
Oh,
is as
no,
good as
no, you're
Trick or
right. I'll
Treat?
probably give Trick or Treat an A. I'm sorry. I'm taking
like-
it back. I don't
I'm
know.
like, B,
Trick or Treat.
what?
I think Trick or Treat's more of a Halloween tradition for me than Halloween actually is.
Yeah.
Like the movie Halloween.
Hmm.
I love Trick or Treat. It's so good, but I don't know. That's just me.
I think that's why
I think
people who
Michael
saw-
Dawtrey did
yeah.
really good with that one.
I think that's why people who saw it just seem to be disappointed with Krampus because Trick or Treat was so good, and the fact that that one even go this way to DVD and this one opened like wide,
All right.
Yeah.
But it's a big
Okay.
studio movie, so it's understandable.
Well, you want to move on to our other movie we watched?
Let's
Sure.
talk about a movie that no one was really expecting anything from that actually turned out to be
It's out on
quite
Blu-ray
phenomenal.
Yeah, I was talking about how I expected a lot from Krampus and then walked out a little disappointed. I expected very little from this movie, but came out like that was awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Christmas Horror Story. Chuck, even you gave this one a good review, considering you're like the most picky person that we know about these kind of movies.
Actually, I was gonna give it the same grade as Krampus, but the ending, the twist ending that
Yes.
this movie has
Yep.
really, I didn't expect that at all, to be honest. Maybe
The
I
twist
wasn't paying
ending
too much
is
attention.
insane.
Yeah.
It
Alright,
was awesome.
let's dive in a little bit on this one. Okay, so Christmas Horror Story starts off with William Shatner at a radio station. He's basically the narrator, the central theme, kind of not really connecting the stories, but the in-between guy. It follows the stories of, I'm not going to give a number, it follows a family who gets their Christmas tree, and when they come back from getting their Christmas tree, they notice that there's a slight change with their son's personality. There's a family that is being chased down by Krampus.
Jesus.
That one's a little bit more insane. And the Krampus in this movie is nowhere near, doesn't look anything like the Krampus in Krampus. It actually is really buff and really masculine, very humanoid looking creature. The other story follows these teenagers in their high school documenting the anniversary of where a murder occurred. And then the final story is Santa Claus versus an army of zombie elves.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this movie kicks ass, right?
Yeah.
All the storylines are pretty interesting. Now, I will say, the one with the boy, with the family who brings their kid back and their kid's not the same anymore. I was kind of thinking that was kind of lame, but that actually turned out to be one of my favorites of the whole bunch.
Yeah. I mean, that one's... We can't really give a spoiler for that one because that one's just straightforward. It's, How much do we want to say about it?
Okay, I'm just going to say the whole thing for this one. They take their kid back, and their kid is not their kid at all. It's a mythical creature called a changeling that is actually...
Yes.
That's taking the form of their son, and they're evil, but they won't hurt you unless they feel threatened. So, a family that's having some marital discourse issues, in my opinion, stuff starts to get tenseful, boundaries get crossed, and they notice that this kid's kind of insane.
Yeah.
It basically, there's some creepy scenes in this part of the movie. There is a lot of like in the background kind of stuff. Like, how you'll have like a character standing in the background, like, oh, that's creepy. This is just like that, only with a little kid, and the kid has glowing eyes, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
It's crawling on ceilings and hissing and stuff. Oh my gosh.
I mean, this movie has like some really effective jump scare, that really makes you jump.
I'm trying to think of one that I don't know. I
The
mean,
one
there's
in the hallway when they shine the camera with the light, and then the pregnant woman goes.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, that
for
was
the
like, holy
that's for the high school.
cow.
That's for the high school one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's there's a lot of found footage shots. Not the whole thing's not found footage, but there's some shots that are filmed like that, and there's a lot of crazy jump scares in that one.
That one was
There's
really creepy, though.
I'm gonna say one of my complaints about this movie is there's a scene where the family's driving back, right, and
Yeah.
Krampus runs in front of him on the road.
Oh,
And it's like he basically runs in front of them. They're like, "Oh my gosh, what was that?" And they're like, swerve off the road. Your stereotypical, "Oh, was that a deer?" Whoa, that's very cliche-ish. But the way they did it looked really goofy. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, it looked super goofy. I laughed, and I was actually with Josh watching this one again, and I was like, "Oh my god, that was like the cheesiest like
yeah. Somehow
run off the
they
road scene."
were driving down a road, and they did a 360, and they ended up like in a patch of snow.
And it's like, just because something ran in front of them, and the way
Yeah.
it did it, it looked like the car pretty much stopped, and this thing was like ran in front of it. Like it was just not the best filmed.
No, which
shot.
one was your There's a couple of stories in here. Which one was your favorite?
I'm gonna have to say Santa versus Zombie Elves.
Santa versus Zombie Elves. Okay.
Yeah.
I really liked the high school one, just because it started just heating up and got just really terrifying towards the end.
Oh yeah, it got a little twisted.
Oh yeah, it got pretty fucked.
Yeah.
But the Changeling one was a good one too.
Yeah, for me,
Chok, what about you?
I think the Changeling one is the scariest one, and the Santa versus Krampus. I kind of like that one because of the twist ending. That's why I got a better grade than Krampus. That's why I give a better grade than Krampus. Because of that
Yeah,
twist
in
ending.
the Santa versus the Zombie Elves,
Yeah,
he fights Krampus, and it's awesome. Like,
I mean it's on the
yeah.
poster. so-
it's a cool fight scene. They did a good job with it.
Actually, I expected more, but because of twist ending, I can understand why it just didn't last that long because of the budget or stuff as well.
I would say, like, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this movie even before the ending even happened. I was like, yeah, this is a good movie. It's kind of cool. And I was like, there's some parts that I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but oh my god, guys, this is like there's a few movies, kind of like Sleepaway Camp, where the whole movie is made by the twist ending. This is one of those movies.
Yeah,
It's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
I really, really enjoyed this one. A lot better than I did Krampus, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I like Christmas Horror Story more than I did Krampus. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you guys seen the trailer for this one before you saw the movie?
For Christmas Horror Story?
Yes.
Yes.
I had not.
You saw it? Because on my Instagram, on my review on this movie, there's a comment by Evil Dead Batman. He said that, yeah, I just saw this movie the other day. All the best parts were in the trailer. Is it true?
Oh, really?
I mean, there's like little glimpses. Not really, honestly. I'm gonna disagree with that because I remember as the trailer. There's like little glimpses of each scene, but really all it shows is a scene. Like, it does show Santa Claus fighting Krampus, and that's not like a secret. Like, that happens, and it's like a cool fight scene that they
Yeah,
have.
that's on the cover of the movie,
It's
I
on the
think.
poster.
Yeah, that's literally the cover of the film. So
But I expected them to have like a showdown, like Freddy versus Jason, kind of bloody.
if you've seen the
Fight.
trailer, don't worry, go watch the movie. If you haven't seen the trailer, watch the movie, look it up, or look, like, that's up to you, that's your call. I think it's fine if you do or not. I would say you probably would enjoy it more if you didn't watch the trailer, but that's for any movie. Oh my gosh, alright, so let's do the letter grade on this thing.
A for me.
Chok?
Wait, what? An A?
Are you giving it an A too?
No, B minus. No, no. Okay, I don't give A easily. Okay, I don't give out A so easily. The only horror movie that I give an A this year is It Follows. I think
Yeah,
an A
and
minus
it's
or an A.
extremely
I
deserving.
think
I'm
an
gonna give
A.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a B plus.
B plus.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, considering it as a straight to Blu-ray movie, I think it's pretty good. It's a cheesy fun with a twist,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's actually
definitely. And
scary,
there's a lot of
scarier than
movies that have came
Krampus.
out that like straight to DVD movies that people are hopping on this Krampus train, the bandwagon of Krampus.
Yeah.
So there's like Krampus the Christmas Devil, Krampus the Reckoning, and they're just straight to DVD, video on demand. And actually, I'm thinking for one of these episodes we need to watch those and cover them up.
More Krampus.
All about Krampus. It's all Christmas is Krampus season.
Krampus.
Yep.
But I mean, I think the reason why Krampus did so well because it's like a new thing. You know, most people never heard of Krampus before, and they're just curious, what the hell is this monster doing? Why are they, you know? This is why
See,
people go see this movie.
I mean, Krampus has been around since forever, like centuries.
Oh yeah.
But
What's
I haven't
cool
seen
about
any movie that's about Krampus.
well,
Before,
yeah, that's what I'm
because,
saying. Like,
yeah.
this is like the first time that's been made into like a film adaptation, which is crazy how long it's took. Um, I will say this, like, I remember about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I remember like talking and like learning about the Krampus and like, and I was thinking like, man, that'd be really cool if like someone made a movie on this, and I looked it up, and it's like, oh yeah, there's a Krampus movie like that's in the works. They're trying to make it, and I was like, oh, that's super cool. Little did I know at that point, I didn't know Michael Daughtry was doing it. I didn't know it was going to have a Adam Scott casting in it. And I also didn't know that there's going to be 50 other Krampus movies being released with it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. William Shatner, also. William Shatner, he honestly, like, his part is somewhat big in this Christmas Horror Story movie. But at the same time, you kind of wish he would do more, because it's William Shatner. He's like the highest paid actor there, but all he really does is just sit around on a radio station, and that's it for him.
Maybe because if he's in it more, then they have to pay him more. You know, that's why
Yeah, that's
they
true.
just have him for just a bit.
I love me some William Shatner, though.
Would you say this
So-
one, A Christmas Horror Story, is an instant classic? Would you agree
Oh,
with that?
I would. I think, to be honest, like, if I had to pick, like, something that I'm going to watch again and again every year, I think I'd definitely pick a Christmas Horror Story. Like, I will watch it again next year. I'll probably watch it again this year, to be honest.
To be
Yeah,
honest,
same here.
not for me.
I like to rewatch films, especially Christmas films. I go through, like, my list of, like, Christmas horror movies.
Yeah, do you guys see Silent Night, the 2012 one? I rewatched
So-
that, and
Yeah, I watch
Silent
that one
Night.
every year, too. It's on my watch list.
yeah, and
I
Black
haven't
Christmas.
seen it this
I
year
like
yet.
Black Christmas remake. I know you hate it, but
The remake is so horrible. I'm sorry.
I mean,
We'll
it's
cover
so,
that in a different
it's so
episode.
bad.
How
It's
bad
fun.
this
It's still
remake is.
fun. You know, it's just bad, but it's fun.
Okay, oh wait, hold up. We got some more news for you guys that we forgot to bring up. The video game Mortal Kombat X on the Xbox One. This game, the Mortal Kombat beforehand featured Freddy Krueger. This game features Jason Voorhees and Predator in it. They just released their second combat pack, which is going to introduce 4 new characters. Characters include Borai Chow, I think is his name, which is a drunken character that they had in past games. They're going to also have Leatherface. He's a character in Mortal Kombat now,
yeah.
and a xenomorph from Aliens. With this, they also have a completely new character called Triborg, which is a mix of Cyrax, Sector, and I think Smoke. So he's going to be like a robot that kicks a lot of ass. The xenomorph looks beautiful. They have a reveal trailer for it. Definitely go check that out. Leatherface, oh my gosh.
He looks
Leatherface, I'm watching this video, right? It's a dark screen, and this guy's standing there, and I'm like, Mortal Kombat, I wonder what this video is about. And freaking Leatherface runs out of the darkness and just stabs a dude with a chainsaw and just starts like ripping him in half, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing in the world. This is phenomenal. I'm so happy that Mortal Kombat has taken such a huge horror movie turn. Like that's super cool.
Are these characters already available for the game?
Actually, I think they're gonna try to be up for available in January 2016. Um, I'm going to check again real fast, but I'm pretty sure they're coming out at a later date. It was mainly just like an announcement trailer that they're going to release these guys. If you have like a season pass, I'm assuming there's going to be early access. But oh my god, yes, Xenomorph and Leatherface, which with the Xenomorph, what that means is you can actually have Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Have you guys heard of the game Terrordrome? Where you choose like different characters and fight like a Street
Terrordrome?
Fighter? Yeah. Have you heard of that game?
I think so, but I think me and you have actually talked about this before because you sent me pictures of it. Yeah, it's the horror equivalent to Street Fighter.
Yeah, but you can choose like all different kinds of, killers, iconic characters like Ghostface, Chucky, Jason Voorhees, and just rumble each other like Street Fighter. So that's another game that horror fans can.
Where's that available on? Where can
It is
I play that?
It's already available. It's like you can just download it for PC window.
No, I'm saying like where can I find that at?
You can just terrordromethegame.com. You can just Google it and it's just on the first website. You can just download it on there, and it's free. I guess. It's
Hey
free.
guys.
Yeah.
So I was looking for some news on The Walking Dead, and I found something really interesting. I just found it right now, and so you know the guy Norman Reedus who plays Daryl in The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Okay, listen to this. Norman Reedus bitten by Walking Dead fan who lost her mind. This just happened yesterday.
Oh yeah.
No way.
Listen to this. Okay. Hopefully Norman Reedus is up to date on all of his shots. The Walking Dead star was bitten by an over-eager fan at Walker Stalker Con in Secaucus, New Jersey. I can't pronounce that. But it was over this
That's all that
weekend.
matters.
Yeah. And Rooker, I forget his first name. I think is the guy who played Merle Dixon. Here's the quote that says, Rooker reportedly exclaimed, "What the fuck was that?" Security saw what happened and removed the woman from the convention, telling her, ma'am, you just bit Norman Reedus. And Reedus declined to press charges, and it didn't break his skin.
Oh, okay. Well, my gosh, you just said didn't break his skin.
I just
we
read
didn't have to
that.
listen to any of this. Like, so basically, she put her mouth on him.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about just overeager fans of you, if there were any, putting their
If someone was like,
on you?
If someone was like, "Oh my God, you're Jaren from Family Fear podcast. Can I lightly bite you?" I'd be like, you know what? Go ahead.
No, you wouldn't.
You're right. That'd be kind of gross.
Yeah, but still, when I read that, it looked like a big deal until I read it didn't break the skin. But
you just fell for clickbait, Josh. That's what clickbait is.
I guess I fell for it, but it's still exciting. And the fan who bit her, she shared a picture on Instagram.
She did.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
her name on Instagram is HarleyGirl68, and she took a picture with him and Rooker.
That's one number away from a good time.
I'm actually gonna send you this picture.
That's pretty funny. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Norman Reedus being lightly bitten by a crazy fan at Walker Stalker Con is pretty exciting. That was a roller coaster, Josh.
Look at that picture.
That
Look at that girl, and tell me that isn't slightly disturbing.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking. I can see what you're talking.
Maybe we should.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should blank out the name I said, because that could be offensive.
Oh yeah,
Finally
yeah.
meet the love of my life.
We'll
and
definitely
man
blank
from the
that out,
US
Josh.
Con and lose $2 more $100 photo off with him because
Sorry,
I
Chok.
lost my mind. Got so excited standing beside him and just turned my head and bit him. I don't know what came over me. It wasn't my intention to hurt him. I'm sorry, Norman. Oh,
It's awesome. Oh, I was gonna read some other Walking Dead news, but this is much more fun. So,
Yeah, you say you have more news
so,
about the comics, right?
huh? Oh, right. The new comic is coming out this Wednesday, and
Nice.
it looks to be pretty awesome one coming up. So, get it.
Check out on that.
Or watch the TV show or the movie.
Comics are way better, sir.
Comics
I
are
bought 3
always
today.
better.
Well, guys, 'tis the season to be jolly
Oh,
and
God.
festive for all these crazy freaking Christmas horror movies that we have.
That was really sweet, Jaren.
We're gonna be reviewing for the rest of this month very wintry, very Christmassy horror movies. Enjoy it.
There you go.
That's it. That's all I ask of you is just have fun with this.
Right.
If you haven't seen a lot of Christmas horror movies, do yourself a favor because some of my favorite horror movies are Christmas and winter themed.
Oh, The Nightmare Before Christmas is good.
Well,
I
yeah.
rewatched that like I don't know.
Let's not review that though, because that's
I know it's a short
everybody's
movie,
seen
but
that one.
yeah, everybody's seen it already.
I have not.
You haven't seen The Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, I haven't.
Josh?
Holy crap, Josh!
we're
watch
not,
dude.
We're not doing this now. Alright, I guess.
All right, guys. Well,
Is that a wrap?
Thank you all so much.
That's twisted.
You can follow me at Family of Fear on Instagram and Family of Fear on Facebook. Josh Blank is at Josh Blanked with a ED at the end of that.
ED at the end. Yeah.
ED at the end. And our Chinese, Japanese, Laotian friend over there.
Vietnamese.
Our Vietnamese friend over there. Chok, you can find him at Movies Maniacs and Movies Maniac on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you guys so much.
We have a Facebook page too.
Family of Fear.
You always forget that one.
Literally said that already.
Oh, you did?
No, we didn't. No, you didn't do it.
Oh my god, I'm so far ahead
Anyway,
of you
we
guys.
have a
Totally
Facebook
did. Totally
page,
did.
Family of Fear.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, hey, and if you didn't catch that, our Facebook page is at Family of Fear.
Family of Fear, and yeah, we also update the news and
Jesus Christ.
Okay, it's over.
Jaren, didn't you have giveaway on your Instagram? You don't want to advertise that a bit?
Oh yeah, we're having a Silent Night, Deadly Night giveaway on our Instagram page, giving away a lot of crazy stuff. Robert Brian Wilson signed poster, all the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies, including the remake. Enter it. Be awesome. Do it. It's a good Christmas gift if you win. You know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna end this with the soundtrack from Black Christmas remake.
Good night, everybody.
And we'll see you guys again next episode.
Family of Fear on Facebook.